everyone. Good morning. Happy first day of 2024. Very exciting. Hope everyone had a very relaxing, restful, and safe New Year's Eve celebration. My name is Stephanie, and this is Stephanie Builds Wealth. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome if you are new. And on this channel, I am doing a bit of a social experiment to document my journey from going to low income to high income, back down to lower income, and documenting what I've learned with financial literacy over the years and implementing what I've learned with my psychology training of pattern recognition and being able to notice behaviors as well and understand why we do what we do with money as we become young adults and enter the workforce, and then get older and realize that there are certain things that seem to keep reoccurring, certain themes with our money and our behaviors and our mindset, and learning how to recognize those and change them so we can empower ourselves and be better with our finances and better with our behavior as people as well and be more successful. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please follow me, like and subscribe and share. It helps the algorithm reach more people who are looking for this type of information. And with that said, we're going to go ahead and put together January's budget for the first payday of January 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. And what I like to do is do a little bit of NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is rewiring old neural thoughtways to negative to more positive scripts that start to replace the old mindset that we grew up with. So each month has different saying. I am wired for success, and money loves me, money finds me, money trusts me. And I have, I think, just these two. Yes, I have these two scripts that I have put into my binder, and they rotate every other month so that throughout the year, I am reprogramming my mind subconsciously to tell myself that I am wired for success, to believe that and accept it in my body so I don't reject that message as soon as it comes out of my mouth. And if you know what that feels like, you know, you know. So this is part of my reprogramming my mindset and doing the deep inner work to change old subconscious patterns and programming into new, healthier subconscious programming and patterns. So the message for January is I am wired for success. And I can happily say that now when I look at this and I say it, I feel it inside my body, and I don't have resistance or hesitation or any snide little internal dialogue saying, of course you do, or sure, that's nice. I can say this now and I feel it in my body. I do believe that I'm wired for success. I do believe that I'm worthy of success, and I do believe that I can have success and that it's okay for me and my family to have success. So now we're going to go ahead and set up the planned income. So our planned expenses, and then we're going to set up our unplanned expenses. So we'll get this ready for the planned, and then the unplanned will just be put in after the fact. So I have January's bills and financial expenses already taken out. I'm going to put it over here to the side so I can look at it at a glance. And let's see. I went ahead and set up, let me fold that. Let's see if I can get that in frame. There we go. So I went ahead and already entered so I don't forget, because I did something that I don't normally do, and it's easy to forget something that's not a habit. So I went ahead and filled in my income sources. If you remember from the end of December, from our mid-budget check-in, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle when I realized that the student loan payment was paid twice because I manually paid it because it didn't draft on time, and then it drafted after I had paid it and the payment posted. So I had called the service provider. They told me that they couldn't do anything on their end. They told me to call the bank, and the bank, who the wonderful lady I spoke with, said she went ahead and put in a stop payment and waived the $35 fee. She also said, just a heads up, that this could happen within basically 24 hours or 45 days. Very lucky to say that it went through overnight, and I woke up with the amount credited back into my account of $154. I was able to go ahead and take care of a couple things that I needed to take care of, and I ended up having a buffer of $37.41, which is great because I was expecting nothing when I was building the budget for earlier in December. So very grateful that I have a little bit of cushion to roll over. So that is the rollover cushion of $37.41. My income, which is on the 5th, this month will be the last month that I get paid on Fridays. Once I finish the last payday for January, I'm gonna go ahead and immediately transfer everything back over to SoFi Bank because I like getting paid on Wednesdays. It really does make a huge difference to get paid Wednesday morning or afternoon versus Friday. Like, it makes a huge difference. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So I have my payday on Friday the 5th. Okay, and this is for my day job. The income that I decided to put down here is pre-merit review. So I don't know what it's going to increase to when that happens or when the review will even happen. Our manager for our department ended up leaving about a month before the year ended. So I don't know who is going to do our merit reviews, but I'm just going to put in what I normally put in of $2,038.64. This is after my insurance, my health insurance, and my retirement deductions have been taken out. And then this is the one that I had to put in so I don't forget. I realized towards the end of last month when I was doing my 2024, just refresher and checking everything that's on auto pay, and I caught a couple things that were mistakes. I realized that for January 2024, the payment that was going to be drafted for my auto insurance, Progressive, was not $188, it was $208.66. So I decided to roll over that money and throw it into savings temporarily. And once I get paid on Friday, I'll roll that back over. And that will be part of the cash that I have available to pay for expenses for the first half of the month. So let me go ahead and grab my calculator. I'm using my old beat up personal one because I try using a regular calculator, but I'm so used to the dark background and the light colors that when I use a regular calculator, it's hard for me to see the numbers. So let me grab that and we can start putting this together and seeing what the first half of January 2024 is gonna look like. So with all of the income that is being available for January, 37.41 plus 2038, 64 plus 208. Okay. We are starting the year with $2,284.71. All right, put that off to the side. So let's see, first expense is going to be mortgage. That is due between the 1st and the 15th, though I don't like paying it close to the 15th because it takes time to draft from the account and I don't want to get a late fee. I have one late fee in my entire history of my mortgage because I paid it on the morning of the 15th and it didn't actually go through until like 2 days later. And so now that I have it on my credit report that it was late. So I like to pay it between the 1st and the 10th. The actual 15th is just no go for me anymore. The amount is $944.88. That is the actual. This is manual pay. I would like to set up my expenses back on auto pay once I have more of a cushion that can cover my most expensive one, which would be my mortgage. So I would like to set everything up. Once I have about 1,000, I'll feel better putting things back on auto pay. Is this fixed? This is fixed. Let's see. HOA is going up yet again. I've never experienced a corrupt HOA before. I've heard about it, I've seen it, I've read about it, and I actually am living in one right now. I'm telling you right now, my $336 a month HOA, I do not live in a neighborhood that reflects a $336 per month HOA. I live in a neighborhood that reflects a $36 HOA, but nothing I can do about it. So this is auto. Is it fixed? I would love to say it's fixed, but I'm gonna put variable because they raise this like every couple months. So we're gonna put variable. Let's see, grocery budget. I'm gonna put all because I am a little tight right now. So my dining out, my groceries, all of that has to be very intentional. So this is gonna be on the 5th. We're gonna put $250, that is the amount. This is manual, this is fixed. What else? Progressive. Oh, my incense are smelling so good. I put in Maui Rose and it smells so nice. Progressive due, I changed the due date to the 5th so that my HOA and my progressive are drafted on the same day. The amount is $208.66. Actual is the same. This is auto draft, this is fixed. What else? Affirm and mattress. Affirm is drafted on the 9th. Yes, on the 9th. On the 9th for $88.28. That is the actual. This is on auto. This is fixed. Mattress is due on the 10th. This is $98. That is the actual. This is, I believe it's auto pay now, and it is fixed. Now I can add extra to the debts. I'm just not in a place to do it right now. Now that Discover One is paid off, I'm going to be focusing on Amazon and paying that down. Very excited for that. Let's see. Mattress. Oh, since I'm able to start going back to the office now, I'm cleared to drive and go back to the office. I have the ability to work remote hybrid, so I only have to be in the office like twice a week. So I'm gonna plan for a little bit of gas. I haven't had to plan for gas in like 3 months or so. Gas, we're gonna do on the 5th. And the amount, I'm gonna give myself 40. I don't live very far. I live about 8 minutes from my physical therapy, from my office, my local branch office, and the gym to do PT outside of that. So I don't need very much. Now when I go visit my parents, that's gonna be very tight because they live clear across town and I burn through a lot of gas. So hopefully this 40 bucks is good until I can pay off Amazon, and then I can give myself more driving room. But right now it's a little bit limited. Actual is gonna be that because I can't get anything less than that right now. This is manual. This we're gonna say is variable. So let's see. Oh, and I decided that I really needed to put together a sinking fund for my car registration. That is a very big expense that I don't have the ability to just wing it. And I'm able to start the sinking fund 6 months in advance, so I can break it down to very small manageable bites per paycheck, but I have to start with January 1st paycheck. So registration, sinking fund. And if I do $33 per paycheck, that will get me up to what I need for my registration, which was, I'm basing it off of what the registration cost was last year, plus the $10 smog. I found a $10 smog in town that I've been going to for years, and so far they haven't raised it. We'll see how this year goes, but so far, it's the only place in town that I found that can do your smog for $10. Love it. Oh, I put this on the wrong date. So I'm gonna do this per paycheck. So this is gonna be on the 5th. The amount is $33. That's the actual. This is manual, and this is, we'll say it's fixed because that's the minimum that I need to hit my deadline by June. So let's see. This looks like everything. Let me go ahead. Oh no, I need to do Amazon. We'll do the 5th. We'll do 100. That will be the actual because I need to pay this off within 3 months. Auto pay, this is manual. We'll say this is variable because depending on my tax return this year, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get anything back by including the mortgage with my tax return since I've never done that. So, I'm hoping I can pay. I'm hoping once I do that I'll get enough of a buffer to pay this back. Okay, so Amazon is going to be my next focus for paying off debt. And I'm gonna do every paycheck a minimum of $100, and then once I get my tax return, I'm gonna knock that out. So this is gonna be manual pay, this will be variable until it's paid off. I'm gonna do my emergency fund on the 5th. I'm gonna put 100 for that. Let's see if that's actual. This is gonna be manual. This is also gonna be variable. So let's see where that brings us. Okay, so we are at 2284.71. Okay, so we're gonna do our mortgage 88 minus the HOA minus groceries minus progressive, affirm, mattress, gas, sinking fund. Okay, so 100. So let's see. The EF is probably gonna have to make an adjustment there. Okay, 2284.71. So let's see. Mortgage, that has to be paid. That's non-negotiable. HOA has to be paid, non-negotiable. Groceries, that's the minimum I need. Progressive has to be paid. This has to be paid. This has to be paid. Gas has to be paid. Registration has to be paid. So it leaves me with $235.89. So if we put 100 to Amazon, that leaves me with 135, and then 100 to my EF. Oh, so that does work. Okay, so that means this will leave me with $35.89 as my buffer. Okay, and then if I need to get a couple things for the cats, which I'm gonna have to get a couple things for them, so that will go down a little bit, but there's the buffer. We're not in the red and we're not in zero. Amazing. And this is after all the expenses and obligations have been taken care of. Very exciting. I'm looking forward to knocking out Amazon with the tax return. And if I have anything left over, I'm gonna fund $1,000 in my EF and hopefully try to pay at least half of another debt. So quite excited for this. And I do have some exciting news. And it looks like I should be able to up my contribution to my retirement from 2% to 6% early. I was projecting that I'd be able to make that work by March this year. And if the numbers are right, I should be able to start that by the second paycheck of January or by the first one of February. Either way, a month earlier at minimum. So that will make my take-home pay less, obviously, because I'm contributing more to my retirement. But the good thing is that when I'm able to bring it up from 2% to 3%, my employer matches. So with me contributing 6% per paycheck, they'll contribute 6% per paycheck. So then total, it will be 12% each paycheck being contributed to retirement. And I did some research and I should be 100% vested within 5 years. So that is a long time, but I really like where I'm at and I would like to stay with the company, if not in the same position, but if I'm able to move around to go to a higher paying position that is fully remote, I'm gonna jump on that. Believe me when I say that. So, but I will stay with the company. I'll just probably move around within the company. I'm so glad that I caught that change, that increase for Progressive, because I would not have been able to cover if I didn't catch that and save a little bit extra from my $154 credit from the double payment of the student loan. I'm glad I took, I think it was like a difference of like 20 or $25 that I was able to pull over into that to give myself wiggle room for that, because then I would not have been able to pay it. So I'm very excited. And then if my numbers are correct, I was doodling over the weekend, by second paycheck of January, I should start to have a bigger buffer amount of at least $300 to $400 that I'll have a lot more wiggle room to play with. And I will be focusing the majority of that into paying off Amazon as quickly as possible. And I'm very excited to see how this plays out. I will probably do like a midweek check-in in between paydays. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much for sharing some of your morning with me. I really appreciate it. Happy January 2024, and I'm looking forward to everyone getting their prosperity, changing their mindset, changing their patterns, and we're going to start reprogramming our minds to welcome success, welcome opportunities, and look at the abundance and the privilege we have in our lives on a daily basis that we take for granted. All right, you all have a wonderful day.